Channel, and they want to go and sit with Ant and Dec because they'll probably say something nice and they'll help them out, or they'll slate Simon for slating them off. They'll defend them. And it was like going to see your big brother.
Ant and Dec are brilliant as well because there are times that people are awful. They are dreadful.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
They are so sparkly, beautiful, and lovely.
They let the audience know, without crushing this person's dream too much, that they are awful.
Have they gone?
Yes.
I say, have they gone?
Yes.
They brought a warmth and a sense of humour to the show every week that sometimes is missing from other shows like that.
The Aston Martins had to go back.
And certainly when they started to do sketches about us and take the mick out of us was good because, you know, we could laugh at them because they were funny sketches.
Hi, you're through to Foxy live on the phone. What? I don't believe it. They've repossessed my cowboy boots.
Whenever we were doing Pop Idol, they were just genuinely fun to be around and clearly got on brilliantly with each other. It's not an act.
Their rapport has also made for a formidable business partnership, which exerts rigorous quality control over the Ant and Dec brand.
I mean, you know, the thing about them is they've got this kind of image as a couple of impish scamps, you know, they're still only 12 years old and they're mucking around, but, you know, they're not. They're very intelligent people with, by the way, a multi-million-pound business.
They've got more money than sense. A bit like you, in fact.
I think it's a mixture of they know what's going to work for them and the fact that they've ended up hosting, you know, some of the biggest shows in recent TV history, really, and the best formats.
What sort of company are we running here?
TV company.
Right. What sort of company makes TV game shows?
TV companies.
They hadn't put a foot wrong so far, and hot on the heels of Pop Idol, the new heroes of Saturday night upped the ante once again, opening their very own TV takeaway. It would stretch their on-screen performances to the limit.
Co-presenting is the most difficult thing that anybody has to do on television. You have got to read the other person, or you've got to rehearse it so much that it looks really stilted. To be able to do it to the degree that Ant and Dec do it is class.
Come on, give us a kiss.
Shut up!
Come on, hey, I'll tell you what, it'd be great for ratings.
Once again, the pair thrived under the shared spotlight, even cleverly parodying their famed close relationship.
We'd had a fantastic run of big Saturday night shows, and Saturday Night Takeaway became the next one. And it wasn't like what had gone on before. It had more in common with something like Nils House Party than obviously a show like Pop Idol.
That sketch when they trick poor old Fashanu, it was so funny. That is classic Ant and Dec. It's the pair at the very best.
Ridiculing celebrities was their stock in trade. Ex-footballer Fash was completely hoodwinked by these two elaborately disguised, distinctly oddball fans.
You know that Ant and that Dec? Ant and Dec, who were in the jungle with you?
Yeah.
That's them.
There is nobody on this planet that could do the things that they do to celebrity, A-listed celebrities, and get away with it. Cannot be happening. And woe betide anybody else who tries to do that and it's not Ant and Dec.
One of the highlights in the early series was this pair of diminutive doppelgangers.
I think Ant and Dec realise we are now 30. We cannot be disingenuous in the same way we were when we were kids. And, you know, because they're producers as well as brilliant presenters, I think they realise if you get kids, they will ask questions that nobody else could get away with. They will do reactions that nobody else can do. And that's why it's so gloriously funny.
What is the name of your company?
It is called Virgin.
What does virgin actually mean?
You allow a lot for children. And so these little guys could make all sorts of rude comments to these big icons they were talking to and get away with it. So it was a very good idea.
I loved Little Ant and Dec. They were the cheekiest little interviewers in the business. I mean, they clearly didn't have a clue what the questions meant when they're reading it.
You collect cars, don't you?
I do like cars, yes.
I thought you did because I overheard my dad telling his friend that you had a cracking pair of airbags.
I think the format of Saturday Night Takeaway, if I worked in TV, I'd probably call it a movable feast, you know. They can bring new things in from series to series, like Little Ant and Dec, new game shows, do the game show marathon, and just keep it fresh like that.
Takeaway was shameless old-fashioned fun, harking back to TV's golden age of Saturday night entertainment. Even the costumes helped earn the pair direct comparisons with our favourite double act of yesteryear.
It does hark back almost to a vaudeville era. It is very sort of Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah, I did ask Ant and Dec how they felt about Eric and Ernie, if they had inspired them in any way, and they said that yes, absolutely, that you can't have two male people work together doing comedy and not think about Eric and Ernie and have that as an inspiration. But at the same time, they did keep their feet on the ground and say, well, that's where it ends. That's where the comparison ends. We're a male double act, and that's what happens in this country. When you're a male double act, everyone says, oh, the new Morecambe and Wise.
Morecambe and Wise with Morecambe and Wise. Cannonball with Cannonball. Little and Large with Little and Large. Ant and Dec are Ant and Dec. They're not Morecambe and Wise or Cannonball or anybody else. They're their own personal thing. And that's what makes them different. That's what makes them good.
Not to mention enormously successful. If only their beloved football team could boast as dazzling a trophy cabinet.
Sounds like a cliche that everyone from Newcastle is only bothered about football, but if you meet anyone from Newcastle and if you talk to Ant and Dec, all they care about is Newcastle United.
You know, you've got to really focus on the important things in life, which is football.
Well, that's the way we are up there. I mean, when we're going to the match on a Saturday afternoon, they're singing, they're chanting.
They love Newcastle United. That is their club, always will be. They go and watch us everywhere we play in London every time.
It's in their blood, I think. I'm sure their blood is black and white. I'm sure it is, you know.
Newcastle 5, Brazil 0. Hooray!
Sadly for us, Cowell and Foxy never made Ant and Dec's star-studded soccer team, but plenty of other celebrities have.
They play football all the time. They play in their, in their own team, and they play with Robbie Williams and all of that.
Dec plays out. Dec thinks he's a bit of a David Beckham, and Ant thinks he's a bit of a David Seaman. And Ant's a fantastic goalkeeper, and it's perfect for him without being cheeky. The goals are only 3/4 size, so he can touch the bar and things. On a normal goal, he wouldn't be able to touch the bar, so it's perfect for him.
Everyone knows Dec as this little timid guy on TV that has a laugh and all that. He's an animal on the football pitch. OK, don't get on the wrong side of Dec when he's playing football. And Ant is just the cat in goal.
And their footy passion became TV gold when they joined Robbie Williams and pals for Soccer Aid. The event pulled in some of the biggest names in sport and showbiz, but also raised a footballer's ransom for charity.
On the face of it, it's not that great an idea. You know, you get a load of celebrities and a load of clapped-out footballers playing football. You're hardly going to sit there for 2 hours and watch it. But, you know, they've done 2 of them now, and they've both been really successful, both raised loads of money for charity.
Markedly less charity was in evidence for those now enduring the pair's other regular TV event. Who'd have thought 3 weeks self-imposed exile in the wilderness could have proved such an inspired career move?
At first you think, I'm a celebrity, that's an odd choice. Here they are, they're mainstream hosts, they should have their own show. This isn't a show that's about them. Actually, it was a fantastic choice.
I mean, I did the first trial ever in the history of I'm a Celebrity, and it was horrible to be picked because you feel like, God, I've been picked, I must be the most hated. But then I can kind of see why people picked me because I suppose they probably thought, oh, get the posh chick to get dirty.
This innovative reality format's USP was uncomfortable entertainment. We watched while celebs suffered rank indignity involving maggots.